Hello everyone, this is Kaifu here with game 1 in the series between Jason and Kehnan. With Jason on my left side is playing Bahamut, while on my right side we have Kehnan playing Reflect Refrain. So this will be a Bahamut versus Reflect Refrain matchup. So isn't obvious enough already, this is the finals between Kehnan and Jason in the Asia Pacific Grand Prix 2016. Now, Jason on my left side is playing Bahamut, like I said before, is a very early game strategy card, trying to do as much damage as you can in the early game to pressure your opponent to play very defensively. Not only that, with a lot of burn spell in your deck, you can slowly drain your opponent's life, even they are playing defensively when it comes to field wise. But we do have Kehnan playing Reflect Refrain, which will allow him to play utilize his deck, because now he can draw into his tech cards a bit faster, because with Reflect Refrain's ability, he is able to draw into 1 card per turn, so it allows him to filter his cards in his hand. So not only that, put back dead cards he doesn't need back to the bottom of the deck. So I'm pretty sure you guys should know all the basics by now, so let's get to the game itself. Currently, life point wise 4,000 compared to 4,000. Jason does have a Guinevere and a Leviathan on the field for draw powers and pumping up that Leviathan with that pumping up the Leviathan to Bahamut with damage wise. Now we do see Kehnan using Reflect Refrain before tapping for Magic Stone, so maybe he wants to see what he can get first. But usually in most scenarios, you will actually tap the stone first to see what color you get, and then think about what cards you need later on. So maybe he already has a really good hand already, maybe something like that on the line, but he wants to get the extra draw first to see what's going on. Kehnan does drop his own Guinevere on the field, so extra draw powers that he needs, and so on. Back to Jason's turn. Jason drew for turn. Tapping's regular for pumping damage and so on. Looks like Jason's going to do a lot of damage at the moment if he wishes to J-activate at the moment. If it does, he will be swinging at least 12 damage, if not 14 damage, which does put Kehnan down to 2,600 life point if he goes with that strategy. Or the second strategy, that he can tap for another Magic Stone to get more resource to drop like Lancelot and so on to do some more damage on the board before flipping over. But the most common strategy will be flipping Bahamut over ASAP to do a ton of damage, because the fact that Kehnan does not have Depth Sight in play, meaning, you know what, I can just do as much damage as I want in the early game, putting pressure along to you and putting the game into my favor. Currently, both players still on 4,000 life. Looks like Jason is deciding to whether he is going to do it, but he's attacking directly with Guinevere, and Kehnan does take it, taking 200 point damage. So he's still thinking like, maybe I should attack with my Guinevere first. If he does block it, he will get the draw. If he does take it, he will take damage, and then or J-activate ASAP and then do a ton of damage. But it will be depending if Jason really want to do it. Usually, if you're attacking with a Guinevere, which allows you to draw a card, most of the time you will be J-activating right now, which is what he's doing at the moment. He does J-activate and doing 400 point damage directly to Guinevere. He does respond with tapping and drawing 2 new cards and discarding 1. Now, however, it does put Kehnan a ton of pressure at the moment, because he would have been taking 14 damage, but however, he'll be taking 16 instead if Jason decides to tap the Leviathan for extra 200 more damage. Because at the moment, with field wise still clean, and a free attack by Bahamut will be causing a lot of trouble for Kehnan. Now Kehnan has to find some kind of strategy to get rid of the Bahamut. Now even he does, he has to find some way to deal with the Leviathan at the same time, because Leviathan will allow him to give a Swiftness as long as it remains on the field, not in that imperishable. Now swinging directly for 14 damage, which does put Kehnan down to 2,400 life point. Looks like Jason's gonna be playing very aggressive now. Like every Bahamut player should be playing very aggressive ASAP and so on. Paying 1 Magic Stone, but he's not sure what he'll be dropping at the moment. Looks like he's dropping a 1-drop, and he drops a Hunter. Haven't seen a Hunter for quite a while, doing 300 point damage directly, which does put Kehnan down to 2,100 life. On his second turn, he's already almost below 2,000 life, which is not good for Kehnan, because he is under pressure at the moment. Not only that, he can't really defend in the early game. Usually when you're playing Reflect Refrain, well, in this version anyway, it's mostly very aggressive, so you don't have a lot of defensive way to deal with J-Ruler right now, unless you have some way to like get Necromancy in the graveyard ASAP and so on. But I don't see any Necromancy in the graveyard. To make matters worse, Kehnan hit the Moonshade. Moonshade drains you 200 life point each time you use it to produce a color wheel. So he is draining himself at the moment. Not good in this matchup because of the fact that you're putting yourself closer and closer for Jason's goal, which is to finish finish you off with his Bahamut. So now he has to be very careful what he does now, because that 200 life point could matter in the long run. Dropping the again, I forgot the name again. I'm sorry about that, guys. He is gonna attack into the Hunter, so forcing the Bahamut put himself imperishable. Not only that, losing a resident on the field, so not allowing him to have any field present. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure you guys tell me the name of the resident already, but I keep forgetting for some odd reason. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm not really good in name when it comes to card games, but I do know the effect. That's about it. Using Reflect Refrain to recover his Resonator for the extra defense if necessary. Currently, life point wise, 4,000 compared to 1,900. Life point wise does go towards Jason, but however, field wise, it's both pretty even. But Magic Stone wise, Jason is down to 1 Magic Stone because he did flip J activate really early in the game. He does put Guinevere on the field for the extra draw power if necessary. Give up flying to block the Bahamut, because for those who don't know, that Resonator, which I can't remember the name at the moment, I'm kind of like brain is not working the moment. What it does is that it gives the swiftness, target attack, or flying. So by removing counters on your side field, so he's removing counters from his Reflect Refrain to give it flying. So they're able to block that nasty ass Bahamut. But however, losing that last defense, I'm not sure what he can do at the moment. But he is tapping for another Magic Stone. Hopefully, he doesn't have to use the Moonshade too much. If he does use it, it will cost him a lot of damage. And looks like no, he's not using it. He's dropping Susano. Now Susano is a 12/12 Resonator, which you can drop on the field turn 3 if your opponent controls a dragon, which is Bahamut. My brain just blanked out for a second for a minute. I don't know why. So which does allow put Susano as a big threat on the field. Not only that, can able to take out the Bahamut. But however, due to the fact that Leviathan is still on the field, he can randomly tap it for 200 point damage, and which cause Susano to suicide. And not only that, the Leviathan will give Bahamut imperishable, pretty much putting him into indestructible to flip once more. But however, it does get rid of the Leviathan, so he doesn't have to worry about swiftness too much unless Jason draws a second one and a 1-drop at the same time. Attacking directly Bahamut by pumping up with the Reflect Refrain, so it's making a very, very safe play, because he knows for the fact that his Susano is only offensive card at the moment, but he does give imperishable to Bahamut, so it will survive for another day. So now Bahamut has a second play if he wants to J-activate early in the game again, because the life point is very, very low at the moment. Now Jason has to find some way to deal with that Susano, because Susano can be causing a lot of problem. Without the Bahamut in play, it will not put him in a good position. So it looks like Jason is going to decide to play the old school strategy now, tapping for Magic Stone and using Split Heaven and Earth, doing 900 point damage directly to Kehnan. He said, you know what, if I can't finish it with Bahamut, I'll finish it off with burn spells such as Split Heaven, Earth, Purify Fire, Thunders, and so on. I'm pretty sure I can burn you before you can deal enough damage with that Susano. I think that is the strategy plan for Jason at the moment. Even if he can't win with Bahamut, he will just go with the old school way, burn damage. Currently, life point wise, 4,000 compared to 1,000. Not looking too good for Kehnan when it comes to life point wise, but when it comes to field establishment and Magic Stone wise, he is in control. But however, he can't use that Moonshade too much, because as I said before, that Moonshade is draining him very, very quickly. So you don't want to put yourself in the situation you're losing because your Moonshade is forcing you to. In comes the last lot. So this time Kehnan will be doing the offensive play now, doing 600 directly towards Jason. But however, Jason is currently tapped out with nothing on the field, so he will be taking the 600 damage directly to the face. And I'm pretty sure he will be okay with 4,000 life points still full. He can take a few hits and so on. Attacking and he does take it, putting down to 3,400 life point compared to Kehnan's 1,000. Attacking directly with Susano at the moment. Looks like Jason's thinking about it. He does take it, which does put him down to 2,200 life point compared to Kehnan's 1,000. So using the recover effect for Kehnan. Oh no! Looks like another misplay by Kehnan. Not play by Kehnan. It looks like a misplay by Kehnan himself, because what he did, he actually used the recover effect from Reflective Rain, but however he actually untapped it before he can J activate, so meaning you missed the timing. You as I said before, in top 4 you are actually indicating to your opponent that you are actually going to the end phase. So now putting Kehnan in a horrible position. Not only he's down with life point, he couldn't even recover, he couldn't even J activate. Without that J activation cost, he might die to burn spell right now, because at the moment Reflective Rain is the only card at the moment can save him on the J rule side, which can protect him from burn damage. Susano is recovered, so he will stop him from any aggressive play by Jason. If he doesn't play any burn spell, if he plays any resonate, it will allow him to be okay. Purify Fire and Thunder come into play, so this will be enough to take him down. And not only that, with Thunder in the hand as well, it will be doing a lot of damage. Not looking too good, and I'm pretty sure this will be the game because of that one single misplay. So thank you for watching, Fingerless Guy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for game 2.